Oh, welcome back. Invasive species
are all over the world, and that's what we're going to talk about.
We're going to try to talk.
We're going to talk about invasive species in the world and if it's right or not to eat them because of what an invasive species is. So, what do you think about invasive species?
I remember now, you were talking about how Mother Nature isn't perfect.
Don't get on that, man.
Okay, but, so you're saying...
It is.
But I think where you were going with that was
Yeah.
That's why we have invasive species, because sometimes it gets... I think human activity disrupts Mother Nature, and therefore we get these invasive species. If it was like the natural order of things, things would take care of themselves. Absolutely.
That is a good point. Good job. That brings me to one of my points, is there's a place called Sifton Bog. It's in London, Ontario. You can look it up if you want to. There it is. Not much to look at. Sifton Bog right there. I've been there, walked around.
Okay.
Not much to look at, really.
Oh.
But it's okay. It's a good place. It's in the city. This is a bog, as the name.
Okay.
Anyway, at one point in time, there was 110 deer living there. And it's like, it's got to be no bigger than like 10 kilometers. Like, there's a lot of freaking deer there. And they were like, should we open up a hunt on these deer? Because what happened was there was plentiful food and the population absolutely spiked up like crazy. And they're like, what are we going to do with all these deer? They're everywhere. They're getting hit by cars. They're freaking, there's too many deer in this small space. And they're like, should we open up a hunt and let people clear out some of these deer? Which I kind of thought, yeah. I thought, why not? The next year, guess how many deer were there? 14.
Wow.
Something around 14.
So wait, they just like opened it up like free game, or did they?
There was no hunting because people went crazy and they're like, you can't kill the deer. You can't kill the deer. So all of them either starved or froze to death in the wintertime.
So you're saying if they sold tags for those deers and people put a bullet in their head, it would have been better than them just starving?
I guess I'll ask you that question. If I was like, you're gonna either freeze to death, starve to death, or I'm gonna shoot you in the face, which one would you want? It's not easy.
No, it's not.
But they don't have that choice. They just live their lives. But as a person,
because they don't know, they don't have another choice. They'll be like, oh, I'd rather take a bullet from some asshole hunter. No, they're gonna just like they're gonna continue on.
They're gonna keep trying. But as an outsider looking in, you can see it. You're like, these animals are as good as dead. They're not gonna make it. There's too many for the small area. They're not gonna make it. You look at them. They're all bony and they're freaking struggling as hell. Do we kill them to decrease the population to help the ones that are still going, or do we let nature just do its thing and it'll just rape the whole population of them until it's equaled out, and then there we are?
I think that's a problem with people, is that we try to control things to a very stupid extent. I think like in some cases, yeah, that's good if we can like call and shit, but like people just like think we can control everything. Like I get what you're saying. Like what was it? They reintroduced wolves into Yellowstone or something, and they completely changed the landscape because there was like too many herbivores and shit. They like created
and that was a
rivers
beneficial
and shit.
thing. That was a good thing that they did that.
Yeah.
So sometimes a man can actually make the right choice. In some choices, not so much.
Yeah.
As you see right there, those are called dead zones in the ocean. There's a whole shit ton of them. When you look at it, you're like, how can so much of the ocean not have anything in it? But this is where we live, and this is what it is. The ocean's a real sensitive subject for myself. But anyway, guess what's taken over the ocean?
Garbage.
Yes. And also jellyfish in huge, huge numbers. Here's a documentary if you want to watch more about jellyfish. Also, Mississippi River has been completely taken over by Asian carp. Asian carp are huge there. If you drive your boat, you're going to get flung fish jumping out of the water. You seen these things?
Yeah.
Just freaking jumping all over the place.
Slapping people in the face.
Like, because they go nuts when they hear an engine or something like that. It's weird. But this is another thing, another invasive species. So, jellyfish and Asian carp are both invasive species. Rabbits and kangaroos, I think, in Australia. Was kangaroos a thing?
Yeah, kangaroos. Yeah, they had
for a while.
Yeah.
And rabbits were huge problem there.
Same
they had
mice.
to do those.
Yeah.
Mice, yeah. These are all invasive species. Is it right to kill and eat invasive species when you think about it in this capacity?
Well, see, you're not gonna look at me and be like, eat the Asian carp, buddy. No, because
I'm just asking what your opinion on is it, because you.
That's my opinion.
What is?
No, I'm not going to eat it, but obviously we have to do something to control the population.
Because it's taking over for everything. So other animals are suffering because this animal is flourishing to the point where it's taken over.
Yeah.
Like humans.
So I think, we need a little bit more... I don't know what the word is. Like, tell people what to eat.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think they should tax the hell out of anything that, like, let's say...
Just putting a strain on,
like tuna, mackerel, different things like this, like these really super desirable foods, put a huge tax on them and because people will slow down on buying them, which is a good thing because it lets the populations rebound and then get back to a normal level instead of just being like, oh, this resource will always be there. Just drain the ocean, man. No one cares. We'll fix it later. It's like, no, we're not going to fix it later. Slow it down, but then make it so people want to eat Asian carp. Like, show them how to make it, show them how to cook it, show them that it's good. Change the name if you have to, because that might be the reason why people aren't eating it now. Like, if you like took a white fish and you switch it with an Asian carp, how many people would be able to tell? But if you told them that it was Asian carp, they wouldn't want to eat it.
Are they your neighbors?
Yeah, man. It's probably, what the frig are they yelling about?
Bacon! Redlining. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that's a good idea because, as it stands now, we're f***ing it up big time.
Oh yeah, no recovery.
No recovery.
Like it's that gray area where you're like, are we past the line where it's never going to get better again? And I think we're definitely when you like the numbers that you read off, the billions of fish a year. It's like fish don't breed that fast.
Don't they?
Fish aren't rabbits. You know, fish have a lot of obstacles, you know, like other fish are eating them and stuff. It's not just like turtles are eating them, like it goes on and on.
Sure.
So like, yeah, there might be 10,000 baby fish, but how many turn into adults is pretty small. And then how many reach a maturity level where they can have
more fish.
More fish.
Yeah.
Gets less and less all the time. Like I've always been a really big advocate that if you live in a big city or anything like that, that all fishing should be sports fishing only, and these fish should be left to do their thing, because anything, if you've been fishing in a bigger city or around a bigger city, not a heck of a lot going on there. But if you have to travel like 200 miles to get to a spot, all right,
it's probably better.
A lot of people
a lot of people
aren't going on. So yeah, like let that fishing be open for, you know, keeping fish, but all the other stuff should be dialed back.
It's tough because I think like people are fucking greedy. Like think about how much seafood is eaten. Like think about like a place like Japan, where their entire country is surrounded by water basically. Mm-hmm. So they eat a lot of seafood. And then we're just like, okay, well the ocean's dying. We can't eat seafood anymore, people. There are gonna be riots.
You can eat jellyfish.
Yeah, see. But do you think that's gonna work? I wish it would, but people like their scallops and their salmon and what if we like disguise the jellyfish
as scallops?
As scallops.
Could happen.
We should eat a jellyfish on the show.
You'd eat it?
I'd watch you eat it, maybe I'd try it.
Jellyfish have no bones, blood, or brains. Is it a life form in a sense?
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah.
Well, they still have a nervous system, don't they?
What do you think?
Would you eat a jellyfish?